On-site, we often see students looking for advice on choosing the best accommodation based on their individual needs, and discussion around moving away from home, adapting to living in a new city, meeting different people, or concerns around things such as living in shared accommodation. There are also some practical considerations being discussed, such as tenancy agreement questions or concerns, how accommodation works when studying abroad, and things like that. As an official rep, you can get involved in this type of discussion to help students out with their questions, worries, or decisions surrounding their living situation. There are a few key places across the site to find the most relevant conversation. Firstly, we have the Student Accommodation Forum, so keep an eye on this for any general queries that you can help answer. The University Live Forum is another place where threads relating to housing may appear. You can also check individual university forums, depending on the city that your accommodation is in, to advise on what life is like living in that city and to answer any accommodation-related questions. Make sure that you watch the relevant threads or forums so that you get a notification when there is a new post. I would also recommend setting up keyword alerts, which notify you via email of where your key terms have been mentioned across the site. You will be directed to the relevant thread and can decide if you're able to provide a helpful response there. To effectively engage with students, we recommend regular communication. Be consistent with the type and frequency of advice that you offer and follow up with any conversations that you have with students on site to ensure all of their questions have been answered. Show empathy, support, and patience. Students may have multiple questions and things that they need help with, so enter into a discussion with them to find out how you can best support based on their individual circumstances and understand that there may be frustration sometimes. Where possible, share experience from current or previous tenants in your accommodation to make your post relatable and give students a real insight into what their living situation could be like. When speaking about your own accommodation, feel free to highlight the benefits and features, but make sure you do not come across as advertising on site, as this is not permitted and students will pick up on this in a negative way. Instead, aim to be supportive and helpful, recommending your accommodation if appropriate, but accepting that students may need to explore their options. We recommend having a look at our best practice page on TSR Matters for more information on how to effectively engage with students as an official rep. In this example that you can see on the slide here, a student is wanting to find out about their options for accommodation in Edinburgh, near to supermarkets and their classes, as they have not had the opportunity to attend an open day. The rep for Student Roost responds and shares that they have lived in Edinburgh themselves, so they can offer advice on both the university-owned accommodation and the sites offered through Student Roost. She also offers the opportunity to answer any further questions and to virtually view the rooms. So this is a really friendly and helpful reply, giving the student relevant information without trying to convince them of anything that they do not want.